We have to get to the point where we do whatever we need to do for our children. Hi everybody, today's topic is called tough love. You know, we don't have to do it often, but chances are you're going to have to do it at some point in time. There was two situations when my kids were growing up that I really had to do what I call tough love, extreme tough love. It happens quite often, but because anytime we have to discipline our children, it's tough on us. But extreme tough love is where you have to really go up and above, and where it almost rips your heart out to do this, but you really believe it will help the child learn what they need to learn. I'm only going to give you the one example. It's the extreme one, to show you that I know what I'm talking about here, because it hurts. My son was a drug addict, and we went through this a few times. On the first time that he was addicted to drugs, he was still living at home at that point, and I ended up finding out that he had threatened to hit one of the other children. And I told him that if I found out he ever did touch one of the other children, that I would kick him out. We really wanted him to be able to stay at home. We were trying to work this through with him, trying to get him clean again. And I didn't want him to have to struggle to do that on his own. But I was not going to put my other children in harm's way. I came home one day and had heard that he had hit one of the other children. And so I went upstairs and packed a bag and put it by the door and told him to get out. It killed me. It absolutely killed me to do that. Two of the children came down and started talking to me and telling me that, Mom, he really didn't hit. He just threatened to hit. So I don't know if I misheard or what happened there, what the circumstances were, but my son came to me and said, so you're really going to kick me out? I said, well, I just heard from the other two that you didn't actually physically hit them. But if you had, I would have, yes, kicked you out. The other children don't deserve your abuse because of your drug addiction. At that point is when he realized that I was serious, that I would really have done this. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. We go through enough guilt as parents as it is, that I'm not sure how I would have handled that. But I have had to get to that point where I was ready and willing to, and I would have definitely kicked him out. Later on, through his last bout of the drug addiction, he wasn't living at home at the time, and he had racked up some bills, some visa bills and rent, and a few other things. My husband and I jumped in and helped him. We paid the visa bill, we paid his rent, we got him some groceries, and we helped him out. But I told him that once again, I was going to have to do some tough love with him, and that this would be the last time we would help him with this. That if he got to the point again where he was racking up bills and wasn't able to pay his bills, his rent, food, that kind of thing, because of a drug addiction, we weren't going to help again. The only thing I was ready and willing to do if he was addicted to drugs was to at least make sure he had food. So if, God forbid, he got to the point where he was homeless, I would find him and I would feed him. But I was not going to pay for the roof over his head again due to a drug addiction. Thank God I did not have to do that. I know I would have. I know myself well enough to know that that would have been the absolute best thing for my son, for me to do that. But thank God I didn't have to. We have to get to the point where we do whatever we need to do for our children. It's tough love, and I had a lot of ridicule. A lot of people tell me I was wrong, and I'm okay with that. I can live with that. Because to me, it was imperative that my son know where his boundaries were and get better. And thank God he did. So, tough subject. Sorry for the tears. Being a parent isn't always easy. But our job is to make our children the best they could be, and sometimes that takes tough love. So if you have anything that you've been going through, anything that you're struggling with, you need somebody to talk to, please comment below. We will do our very best to reach out a hand and try to help you through whatever it is you're going through. We hope you have an awesome day.